Hi and welcome to the market alert for September the 2nd, 2020. So the option insanity in the market yesterday led to a furious melt up. Apple is now bigger than the Russell index and the E-mini trading to a new record high. No surprise there, it's just a matter of time before the Dow and all of the other indices catch up as well. So let's have a look at yesterday's session. Let me just wind back to the pre-market before the cash market opened. And you can see their prices coming down towards the BRN, trading above the DP and the 200 MA. So let's wind up to where the market opened. And we see prices open. We can see the selling coming into the market. They're trying to buy it back, and then eventually the selling overpowers the buying, and prices trade down to the BRN and the 200 moving average there, which you can see. And as I move forward, you will see the volume increasing at this level, and there's the green bar to show the pros who took the short trade, or forced the short trade. You can see them buying back at this level. So here, as prices close back above the 200 MA, you've got the DP below, the BRN, and you've got some buying there as well. So prices then start to move higher, and you can see they break through the BRN and head up towards the second BRN, 100 points, and then prices start to close back below the 5-bar moving average, but then reverse and start to move higher again. But then we see some potential weakness coming into the market, and then once again further potential weakness to close back below the BRN. Then we have a sell signal as prices close back below the R1, and then take out the first target price. What was interesting here is that this volume, or the bar that we see here that just hits the scalp level, is far greater. I was expecting the market to reverse off here, but it didn't. It found a bit of support, and then eventually prices broke through, which you'll see in just a moment. There you go. And then down to the BRN, where again you can see the green bar there, and at this point the market tends to find support, and I decided to pull the trade, which was a bit of a shame really, because even though there was 2 lots of buying here, the stop remaining at break even, as prices hadn't really closed above the 5-bar moving average. They then reversed and continued lower, and again we've got a bit of profit taking there, but prices remain below the 5-bar moving average, and then hit the 200 MA, and then take this out, and then we get the shakeout down to the DP level. And it's amazing how the market actually uses these levels as some sort of a magnet as they trade to them. So now we see again we've got some green inside of the red, bit of support coming in. We've already attacked the DP level, we've hit it, prices have reversed. We have another look at it, and then come back above the 200 MA there. So we have a double bottom situation there. Nobody wants to sell. The market reverses, comes back, and then we see the buy side filled. The only problem is prices hit the BRN, and then we get potential weakness. Prices then struggle to hold at the 5-bar moving average, which you'll see is happening here. They tried to hold it here actually, because the bar is actually narrower in range than the potential weakness bar, but if it failed to do so, it was then simply overpowered with selling that came into the market straight through the 200 MA. Needed to shake out once more like it had done here, and unfortunately resulting in a loss. And then the market came off the low, back above the 20 bar, back above the 200, with an increase in volume, and then prices traded sideways to higher before coming back and having another retest, and then ended up sideways. Another look at the DP. Again, you'll see prices then buy back at the DP level, and then later on in the morning prices actually traded back up to the same level that we saw to the left where the market had shaken out. So there's some weakness around yesterday morning. And then let's move on to the afternoon. The weakness in the pre-market with the Dow shaking out, and you can see big volume bars here. This is even before the market opened at 2:30. And again, the selling continues, but then you see a lot of buying pressure in the market here as prices find support, and then they start to make their way back up again. Notice how they sit nicely on the psychological level there, and then the bars turn to green. We get the news out of the way, and prices then move higher. I wasn't at the desk yesterday afternoon, unfortunately. There was a nice move to the upside there, which you can see trading back 150 points right back to the DP and the 200 MA, and notice how the market stopped at this level. Like I say, it's like a magnet as prices are drawn to these areas. Again, you can see now how it's acting as a resistance there, and then there was a potential sell signal. The market traded down to the scalp first target level, and then found support as prices then traded sideways, and then eventually started to move back to the upside there. So let's have a look at the daily chart, see where we are in the bigger picture. And yesterday prices moved lower to the 62% in the daily chart, and then reversed and moved back. We've still got all of the lower highs which need to be taken out. And just to update this once more, from the high to yesterday's low, these are the areas where you can expect some sort of resistance on the upside. Let's have a quick look at the news, see what we've got out today. We've got the ADP non-farm employment change, and we've got Bailey speaking at 2 p.m, half an hour before the Dow opens, and the afternoon session there. So let's have a look at the overnight before we finish. We can see that the market kicked off at the DP level and continued higher, and as we move forward you'll see how again the 200 MA has become a magnet for prices, with them bouncing off this level. But once again, always make sure that you compress the chart, have a look, see where you are in the bigger picture. We can see that prices are above the DP level. Yesterday's low is nowhere in sight, but there is resistance at yesterday's high, which then you can zoom in and have a look at there. So if prices continue higher, there's likely to be some resistance at the high until this can be taken out, which then takes you to the R1 level as well for the high. Just the high and the R1 are actually in the same place. So again, let me just bring that down so that you can see it. And say beyond this, then you've got the R2 and the R3. But yesterday's high and the R1 is obviously going to be quite a resistance should prices trade up to there. And the same on the downside, if prices break the 200 MA, then as we've seen in yesterday's session, that there will be some support at the DP level. Let's have a look at a few other markets as well whilst we're here. The dollar managing to climb back yesterday, so this has had an impact on the silver price overnight. If I can find it. Look at the daily chart, so you can see that we're moving slightly lower here, still above the 5-bar moving average at the moment, but I will certainly be looking to add if we get some climatic volume action at the 20-bar moving average if prices move just a little bit lower there as well. Meanwhile, in other news, we can see that the implied volatility is still tending to show potential correction in the market, but it eased off slightly. It was 21.95 on Monday. Yesterday we're at 21.45, and the best performing asset of August, it wasn't the tech stocks, it was actually silver as well, which you can see there with all of the ingots in the photograph. Okay, that will do it for this one. I'll try and keep it a bit shorter. If there is anything else to report, I will let you know, but as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.